Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm Rab, I'll be your bartender, and this is Rab Bar. First video, really excited. Never done anything like this before, so I don't know how it's gonna turn out. Hopefully you all enjoy it as much as I do. We're gonna start with a classic gin martini, straight up. The very first thing you do when you're making a martini straight up, so that means it's in a a coupe glass, a martini glass, whatever you like, is you put some ice in it and you fill water to the top, and that way the glass cools. I hope you all know how to fill ice and water into a glass. I'm not going to show you how to do that. It's been sitting there for a while. So yeah, it's nice and cold. Okay, so the next thing you're gonna need is a glass, a separate glass, so you can stir your martini in it. They have actual bigger ones, nicer ones. They're called Yaris or Yarais. I always forget how to pronounce them. You can just look up like cocktail mixing glass and you'll know what I'm talking about. A glass like this works just fine. I need to get a new Yara or Yari, whatever. All right, so the first part of this step is you take some ice and you put it in your makeshift mixer, in my case. Your makeshift glass stirrer, I should say, in my case. And you make sure the ice gets in there. I'm having a little bit of trouble. Alright, the next step after you pour the ice in the glass is you take your bottle of gin with a pour spout. I mean, you don't have to use one, it's just a little cleaner, a little easier to pour. And you fill it right to the top of the 2-ounce jigger. I'm using 2 ounces here, but you can use whatever you like, 2 to 3 ounces, but don't go overboard, all right? These are strong cocktails. Pour the gin right on the top. Next, we got our vermouth. This is completely optional. You don't need vermouth to make a martini. Everyone likes a martini their own way. I'm gonna use it here, but like I said, you only need gin. And yeah, it's totally optional. And you really don't need that much, maybe just a drop or two. That might have been a little too much, but that's okay. Take your bar spoon and place it in to your glass mixing vessel. That's what we're gonna call it right now. All right, and you wanna make sure that you're stirring this until it gets nice and cool. Usually 20 to 30 seconds, 25 to 30 seconds, something like that. Everyone has their own preference, and that's the #1 rule about making a martini, all right? Generally speaking, they're not that hard to build, like step by step, but they are difficult to get exactly the way your guest or whoever wants. People are very picky about their martinis. That's the #1 thing I learned. I love making martinis just for that reason. It's very nice to like take everyone's preferences and making it special just the way they like. And just a reminder, for the purposes of this video, I'm just showing you the most standard and general way to make it. The next step is you go to your sink, you dump the ice and the water that was in your martini glass, chilling it. Oh, it's very nice and cold, that's perfect. And you carefully place your strainer on top of your mixing vessel. I don't have the best equipment. I gotta get a new mixing vessel, but I mean, it shouldn't be too difficult. You should be able to do it with a regular glass, but just be careful. You don't want to waste any of that nice gin, right? So you just pour it in carefully. Ooh, la, la. That looks perfect. Make sure every drop of gin gets in there. Second last step, all right, is your garnish. I'm gonna use a lemon peel for this video, but you can use an olive, an onion, whatever you like. So you just grab a lemon and you find like a nice yellow spot, all right? You don't want any scuff marks or anything. And you take a peeler and you can just slice it like this. Try to slice it over the drink. Those oils that come out of the lemon zest, always add like a nice touch and a little bit of flavor, all right? One final thing you want to do before you place it into the drink is just maybe fold it on top, get a little more of those oils out. Again, just to add like a nice flavor, some aroma. It smells beautiful. And then you just take it and you just twist it on top of the drink You drop it in there. There you have it, folks. A classic gin martini straight up with a lemon twist. And the final step, as always, enjoy. Delicious.